Before two twin flames come together in sacred union, there is a vast and intricate process that takes place behind the veil. It is not random. It is not accidental. The universe is not simply waiting for two people to meet by chance or luck. Rather, it is orchestrating a deeply sacred process that moves both individuals through transformation, awakening, and healing. It is a spiritual initiation, a sacred preparation, a divine unfolding. Every challenge, every delay, every detour, none of it is meaningless. The universe is constantly aligning both souls so that when the moment of reunion arrives, they are ready. Not just physically, but emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. This journey demands surrender, trust, and the willingness to go inward. Many people wonder why union with their twin flame takes time, why the connection feels so intense yet so far away, why the feelings run so deep, but the relationship often seems distant or even impossible. But what most don't realize is that the time before union is the most crucial part of the journey. It's not a pause, it's preparation. The universe is not keeping your twin flame from you to punish you. It is preparing you, both of you, for something far greater than a traditional relationship. Twin flame union is not just about being together. It's about completing a mission, embodying unconditional love, and becoming vessels of healing light for the world. For that kind of purpose, both souls must be whole within themselves first. This preparation doesn't always look spiritual. Sometimes it comes through heartbreak. Other times it looks like loss, isolation, or complete life upheaval. But all of it serves the same purpose: to clear everything that stands between you and divine love. The universe is working silently but powerfully, shaping you both from within so that you can meet in alignment, not chaos. So if you're waiting, if you're longing, if you're wondering why things haven't come together yet, know this: you are not being left behind. You are being prepared. And in that preparation lies the very blueprint for the sacred union you seek. Now let us explore the 5 powerful ways the universe prepares you for union with your twin flame. Number 1, the universe pulls you into isolation to awaken you spiritually. One of the first things that often happens before twin flames unite is a deep, undeniable period of isolation. This solitude is not about loneliness, it is about awakening. Before union, the universe often removes distractions. People who once seemed important start fading out of your life. You may suddenly feel disconnected from old friends, careers, places, or patterns that once felt familiar. This can feel confusing and even painful, especially if you don't yet understand why it's happening. But what's truly taking place is a sacred space being carved out for you to hear your own soul. In isolation, your intuition sharpens. Your spiritual gifts begin to rise. You start sensing things more deeply. You begin questioning what's real, what matters, and what you truly want. You become aware of energies you never noticed before. You begin feeling your twin flame on an energetic level, even if they're nowhere near you physically. The quiet that surrounds you in these moments is not empty. It is full of messages, signs, and divine nudges. You begin seeing angel numbers, having vivid dreams, feeling inner shifts that can't be explained logically. This is not your imagination. This is the universe waking you up. But awakening is not always gentle. It often begins through breakdown. Old parts of you start to dissolve. The ego resists. You might feel lost or emotionally raw, but this shedding is sacred. It's peeling back every mask, every illusion, so that you can begin to see through the eyes of your soul. This kind of spiritual awakening prepares you for your twin flame because union can only happen from the soul. The ego will try to force, to chase, to control, but none of that works on this path. The only way forward is through inner alignment. That's why the universe brings you into solitude, so that your spirit can speak louder than your fears. During this period, you may feel your twin flame in ways you never have before. You might feel their energy in your dreams, your heart, your mind. That connection becomes undeniable, not because you're imagining it, but because the universe is thinning the veil between your souls. This isolation is a time to go inward, to rediscover who you are without the noise of the world. The universe is pulling you inward, not to trap you, but to free you from illusions, attachments, and anything that isn't your truth. When you understand this, you stop fearing the silence. You start listening to it. And in that stillness, something beautiful begins: the rise of your true self. the one your twin flame is meant to meet in sacred union. Number 2, the universe brings up your deepest wounds for healing. As your soul begins to awaken, the universe will gently, sometimes forcefully, push your deepest wounds to the surface. This is not to hurt you, it is to heal you. Twin flame union cannot exist in a space of unhealed trauma. Because the love between twin flames is pure, any place within you that holds fear, shame, guilt, or abandonment will rise to be seen. Not because you are broken, but because these wounds cannot stay hidden anymore. They must be acknowledged, loved, and released. You might begin to notice patterns resurfacing from childhood, old fears of rejection, deep insecurities, feelings of not being good enough, past relationships that left scars you thought had healed. It might feel like everything you've tried to bury is coming back at once. But this is not regression, it is purification. The universe knows that if you carried these wounds into your union, they would sabotage the connection. Twin flame love is too powerful to be distorted by unresolved pain. That's why the universe begins the healing now, before you are together. This process can feel intense. You may find yourself crying more than usual, experiencing sudden emotional outbursts, or feeling completely overwhelmed by memories or feelings you can't explain. But all of this is energy releasing. It is the universe saying, you are ready to let this go. Sometimes, your twin flame triggers these wounds even from afar. Their presence, even if it's just energetic, mirrors everything you need to face. This is one of the sacred roles of the twin flame journey, to reflect the shadows that need healing. But you are not meant to face this alone. The universe sends guidance, through dreams, through signs, through inner nudges, to help you navigate this healing. You are being asked to forgive yourself, to be gentle with your inner child, to soothe the parts of you that have been crying for love for years. As you heal, you begin to feel lighter, more whole, more centered in your own being. And from this space of wholeness, union becomes possible, not just with your twin, but with yourself. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but every layer you move through brings you closer, not just to your twin flame, but to your truest self. And in the end, that is what the universe is preparing you for. Not just a love story, but a return to your essence. Number 3, the universe removes what no longer serves you. As you grow on this journey, the universe will start removing anything that stands in the way of your evolution. This can look like relationships ending, careers falling apart, dreams shifting, or life taking completely unexpected turns. It can feel like everything is being taken from you, but truly, everything that's leaving is no longer aligned with your soul. Twin flame union cannot thrive in spaces built on false foundations. That's why the universe clears them out. Anything built on fear, obligation, comfort zones, or ego must dissolve. This can be incredibly painful at first, especially when you don't understand why it's happening. But what's really happening is sacred realignment. You are being stripped of the life you thought you wanted so you can receive the life your soul actually needs. You are being cleared out so that something bigger can come through, not just your twin flame union, but your divine purpose. This process might bring up resistance. You may try to cling to what is falling away. But the more you resist, the more chaotic things can become. The universe is not punishing you, it is freeing you. It is pulling you out of what is small so that you can step into what is sacred. Sometimes this looks like ending toxic relationships or releasing karmic partners. Other times, it means moving cities, leaving behind a stable job, or shifting your entire worldview. You may find that things you once worked hard for no longer feel fulfilling. This is because your soul is evolving, and the things that once matched your vibration no longer do. Instead of seeing these losses as destruction, try to see them as initiation. You are being prepared to receive love, not from desperation or lack, but from alignment. That kind of love can only exist in truth, and so the false must fall away. In these moments, trust becomes essential. You must trust the process even when it makes no sense. You must trust that what is leaving your life is not meant to stay. You must trust that what is coming will be greater than what you are letting go of. When you surrender to this clearing, you begin to make space. And in that space, love flows in, not just from your twin flame, but from the universe itself. You begin to attract what matches your soul, not your wounds. and that is the very foundation needed for divine union. Number 4, the universe strengthens your inner power and intuition. After the dust of clearing and healing settles, the universe turns your attention inward to your own power. This is a crucial step in your preparation for union, because true twin flame union cannot thrive in codependency. It can only exist when both individuals are rooted deeply in their own truth, strength, and spiritual authority. During this phase, you'll feel a powerful urge to reclaim yourself. You start to feel less like you're searching outside and more like you're returning home within. You become aware of your own energy field. You begin to recognize what drains you and what fills you. You feel more guided by your inner knowing than ever before. This part of the journey is about remembering that you are whole, that your twin flame may complement you, but they do not complete you. The universe teaches you to stand firmly in your own vibration, to live from your center, and to honor your inner voice above all else. Often, this stage brings a wave of spiritual gifts online. You might notice heightened intuition, deeper empathy, vivid dreams, synchronicities, and even psychic impressions. These aren't just spiritual side effects, they are tools. The universe is equipping you to walk the twin flame path with clarity, discernment, and spiritual sovereignty. This is also the time when many twin flames begin stepping into their life's higher purpose. The universe may guide you toward a new mission, a creative pursuit, or a form of service that lights up your soul. And this is no coincidence. Your purpose is tied to your union. In fact, many twin flames are meant to come together not just to love each other, but to be a force of healing in the world. So the universe prepares you by reminding you of your inner light. You begin to set boundaries, not from fear, but from self-respect. You stop chasing love and start embodying it. You stop needing validation and start honoring your truth. This transformation can be subtle or sudden, but it is always profound. As your inner power grows, so does your connection to your twin flame. You may find that your telepathic bond strengthens, that you sense them more clearly, or that you no longer feel desperate for their presence, because you feel connected from the inside out. This is one of the clearest signs that union is nearing, when the longing turns into knowing and the emptiness turns into peace. The universe strengthens you not to make you independent in a disconnected way, but to prepare you for interdependence. A union where both souls walk side by side, not leaning on each other, but lifting each other. When you realize your own sacredness, you stop fearing the future. You stop needing proof. You trust in the divine plan because you feel its rhythm within your bones. And from that place of inner harmony, your twin flame can finally meet you in full alignment. Number 5, the universe tests your faith and teaches you surrender. One of the most challenging and sacred parts of the twin flame preparation is when the universe asks you to surrender. Not to give up, but to let go. To release your timeline, your expectations, your attachment to how and when union should happen. This is where many falter, but it is also where many are finally set free. Surrender does not mean abandoning your twin flame journey. It means trusting it so deeply that you no longer need to control it. You no longer need to force outcomes or demand answers. You simply know, in your core, that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. To teach this, the universe often creates situations where you must let go. You might be separated from your twin flame for longer than you thought. You might see them in another relationship. You might reach a point where you feel like you can't take the pain anymore. And yet somehow you're still standing. This is the test. Not of your love, but of your faith. Will you trust the divine timing even when your heart aches? Will you believe in the connection even when nothing makes sense? Will you hold the vision without clinging to it? The universe asks these questions not to break you, but to purify your love. Because real love, the kind of love that can stand the intensity of a twin flame union, is not rooted in possession or fear. It is rooted in trust, in surrender, in a deep knowing that what is meant for you cannot be lost. In this stage, you are asked to let go not just of your twin flame, but of the need to control life itself. You begin to live in flow. You listen to the signs. You let your heart lead, but your spirit anchor you. You move when you're called and rest when you're guided to pause. And something miraculous begins to happen. As you surrender, your energy shifts. You become magnetic. You radiate peace, trust, and groundedness. And this is often when your twin flame begins to return, not because you chased, but because you aligned. The universe teaches you that surrender is not passive, it is active faith. It is the courage to release the old and make space for the divine. It is the deep breath in the unknown. And it is the sacred invitation that finally calls your twin flame home. If you are on this journey, you know that it is not easy. It stretches your heart, tests your limits, and brings you face to face with your deepest fears and highest truths. But the path of the twin flame is not meant to be easy. It is meant to be sacred. And sacred things take time. The universe is not withholding your union, it is preparing it. Every moment you spend healing, growing, trusting, and surrendering is a thread in the tapestry of your love story. You are not waiting. You are becoming. In this becoming, you are shedding who you were told to be and stepping into who you truly are. You are remembering your light, you are rising in your truth, and you are aligning with the love that has always been yours. So if you find yourself in solitude, know that the universe is awakening you. If you are facing deep pain, know that healing is taking place. If life is shifting around you, know that it is all aligning. If you feel your inner strength rising, know that you are becoming whole. And if you are being asked to surrender, know that it is because something divine is on its way. Twin flame union is not just about finding someone, it is about returning to yourself. And from that space, true union becomes inevitable, not forced, not chased, but divinely timed and spiritually aligned. Let your journey be sacred. Let your soul lead. And trust that the universe, so full of wisdom and love, is always guiding you home.